Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for joining my class today also. So first of all, let me share the screen. So it goes like this. Okay, yes. Uh, I would like to welcome all my dear students to today's class also. Today, I'm planning to make you clear about the remaining research paradigms. So we'll be talking about these paradigms very briefly. And after that, okay, we'll be talking about three types of research: qualitative research, quantitative research, and mixed method research. So I hope we'll cover these two topics today. And from tomorrow, we'll start the first topic of our course, that is action research. So I suggest all the students to be very attentive and to be regular in my class. Okay. So to recall what we discussed last time, uh, so far I presuppose that my dear students are clear about the basic concept of research. They can say the meaning of research. If somebody asks you what research is, I hope all the students can say its meaning very clearly. I have sent the recorded video to the email of some students. I hope you will share with other students who haven't received that video, the first video. And if you talk about the second video, I think it has already been uploaded there to my YouTube channel. So you can go to the YouTube link, just type my name, and there are 14 videos I have uploaded. And just search with the name title, okay, and that will be open and you can watch. You can save that video on your mobile phone and watch in your free time also. Yes, please. Anyone is speaking?
Yes, sir, I am speaking. Namaste. The first
Namaste,
video
sir.
which you sent me didn't run to others device, so I request you to keep this one too in your YouTube channel.
Okay, I'll try.
Messenger link runs, but my I sent to those friends. They told me it's not running to the device.
No, now I think now it will be open. First, they need permission to open. Okay, from the owner.
You were the owner.
Yes, I have already shared that. If you do now, sir. I think it will be open.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Today I opened the video.
Yes.
Recorded video. The video is open, sir.
Yes. So
a few days ago,
I got one
notification
open, from you. I got one notification from you that you need access, permission for access.
Yes, sir.
And I gave access to you, to Tara ma'am and to Laljit sir also. So
yes, sir.
And Prosun, another student I had also requested for the permission. So whoever I have requested, I have given the permission. Okay, so that will be open. So now, okay, let's go ahead. So in the last classes, we talked about the meaning of research, the qualities of research, then research process, research cycle, these things. Okay, so far we have already covered these topics. Okay, to recall very briefly once again, research is an exploration of truth. Research is a voyage of discovery. It is a process of finding answer to a research question, finding solution to a particular research problem. Every researcher aims to uncover the truth about certain phenomenon. Okay. Research process is rigorous. It is a very scientific and systematic. It is empirical. It is valid and verifiable. So we discussed these things also. I also told you that, okay, every research begins with a research problem. First, we have to identify, we have to observe certain problems. certain issue, certain controversy in a particular field, in a particular area of interest. So when we have research problem, then after that we start conducting literature search, or what do you call a literature review. Okay, we examine, we explore, okay, the published literature, okay, in around the area of interest we have, the problem we want to explore. Okay, and after conducting literature review, we become clear about the things which have not been explored yet, the issues which need more exploration, those the issues, okay, which need okay more rigorous explanation, or which may be totally new also. So it means you will be able to identify the research gap. After identifying the research gap, you will develop research questions or research hypothesis you may develop. On the basis of your research questions or research hypothesis, you specify the research design. So for your research questions, to address your research questions, what type of design should be suitable? Whether you have to go qualitatively or quantitatively, or in a hybrid manner or integrated manner. So your research questions will indicate, okay, indicate which design to be used, qualitative or quantitative or any other. So you specify that okay research design, and after specifying the design, okay, you will set up the methodology also. I told you last time. You may develop the data collection tools. Okay, what tools will be suitable for collecting data, collecting information from the respondents or participants, and you may have to specify the number of participants or number of informants. Okay, you may have to specify the research area, I mean research site, in which place, okay, you want to carry out research, from which place, okay, you want to collect the data. You have to specify that, you have to be clear about that. And then, okay, you go to the field, you collect information or data from the participants or respondents or informants. After collecting data, you come back, okay, and then you present the collected data in a particular format, okay, particular sequence, that is called result section or findings section. So after presenting the result section, you will start thinking about the data, their meaning, their significance. Okay, it means you start interpreting the data, collecting data. Okay, and while interpreting that data, you may come up with certain understanding, okay, certain answer, okay, certain meaning. So your interpretation, your discussion of the data, okay, your analysis of data will give answer to your research question that you postulated earlier, or it gives answer to your hypothesis that you postulated earlier, and you present that okay, that answer in your result, discussion section. And at last you draw the conclusion. Conclusion is your message, your the takeaway message for the readers. So what message, what knowledge you want, you extracted, what knowledge you discovered through your research, and what message you have. You say these things in your conclusion section. Your research may not be, okay, all in all, because every research has certain limitation, certain delimitation. You might have delimited many things, okay, and you may have certain weaknesses in your research. That's why you mention your limitations, delimitations, and you may suggest, okay, the possible areas, possible issues for the future researchers. So saying this, okay, all these things, okay, you prepare a research report. This is the entire research process, research cycle. Now another researcher, now second time what happens, you or another researcher will attempt to bridge the gap you have indicated at the conclusion कन्क्लुजनमा यो कुरा अब आउने रिसर्चरले गर्न सक्छ भनेर इन्डिकेट गरेको हुन्छ। तपाईँ अब तपाईँ आफैले अथवा अरू कुनै रिसर्चरले त्यसलाई हेरेर फेरि चाहिँ के द पर्सन वुड मे स्टार्ट एक्सप्लोरेसन, अनि उसको एक्सप्लोरेसन फेरि त्यही सुरुबाटै आउँछ फेरि। ओके, प्रब्लम, लिटरेचर सर्च, ओके, रिसर्च क्वेसन, डिजाइन्स, data collection tools, field visit, collection of data, presentation of data, analysis and interpretation of data, conclusion and recommendation. Conclusion, it goes like this. And even the second researcher may specify certain gaps, I mean certain things that he or she could not explore, and the third researcher will come there. Okay, and he or she will try to bridge the knowledge gap, fill the knowledge gap. And every new researcher, every next researcher will add something new, will add new knowledge to the existing stock of knowledge. This is what research process is. Research process is continuous process. It's the movement from known to unknown. It's the voyage of discovery. It's the, let's say, process of uncovering truth. It's the process of producing new knowledge. Producing new knowledge. It is a process of filling knowledge gap. It is also the process of finding answers. It is also the process of finding solution to a research problem. It is an attempt of a person to contribute to a knowledge building process and so on. So just I recalled these things. And I also told you about research related terminologies, all view terms in the last class. I told you about the meaning of ontology. Ontology is the theory of truth, theory of reality. Okay, your research is based on certain ontology. Your research is based on your theoretical assumption regarding what truth is, whether truth is singular or multiple, subjective or objective, where the truth lies, truth lies, your answer lies, answer to your research question lies, or the solution to your research problem lies, okay, in the field or in your mind or in the mind of the individuals. So where is beauty? Suppose you want to explore the beauty. Okay, now what may be your philosophical assumption? You may think that beauty lies in the field, in the scene, or you may think that, or you may have another assumption also. Beauty lies in the mind, or you may also have third assumption. Beauty lies both in the mind as well as in the scene or field. So like this. Sir, के छ होला मेरो क्लासमा पढाएको छ अहिले हजुर भन्नुस् त सर्टमा ए हुन्छ हुन्छ म 1 घण्टा पछि करिब करिब है त ल okay, so sorry to interrupt you in the middle. So just I was just talking about the worldview terms. So ontology is the belief about reality. I told you this thing. Epistemology is the belief about knowledge exploration process, the relationship between the researcher and the researched, knower and known ones. What is the relationship between knower and known in your research? कुनै रिसर्चमा knower भनेको researcher, known भनेको जसमा रिसर्च गरिन्छ, त्यसको रिलेसन के हुन्छ त? The knower should be independent of the known or dependent of the known. Okay, अब quantitative researcher ले के भन्छ भने researcher should be independent of the known. Okay, independent, reality लाई परैबाट हेर्ने हो भन्छ. अब qualitative researcher ले चाहिँ जुन reality हो त्यही भित्रै प्रवेश गर्नुपर्छ भन्छ. Okay, so these are different epistemological positions. I told you about this also. Knowledge कसरी बन्छ, knowledge सँग कसरी पुग्ने भन्ने सम्बन्धी बिलिफलाई हामी चाहिँ एपिस्टिमोलोजी भन्छ थियरी अफ नलेज भनेर पढ्नु भएको छ नि एजुकेसनमा सबै फेल गर्नुभयो कि एकजना पास हुनु भन्ने कुरा आइरहेको थियो ओके त्यही पनि पढ्न त पढ्नु भएको थियो फेरि पढ्नु होला थियरी अफ नलेज भनेको थियरी अफ नलेज भनेको एपिस्टिमोलोजी हो थियरी अफ रियालिटी भनेको चाहिँ ओके अन्टोलोजी भयो ओके थियरी अफ भ्याल्युज भन्यो भने मूल्य मान्यता सम्बन्धीको अध्ययन भनेको चाहिँ थियरी अफ भ्याल्युज भन्यो भने चाहिँ ओके द्याट इज एक्जियोलोजी ओके रिसर्चरको भ्याल्युजले अथवा पार्टिसिपेन्ट्सको भ्याल्युजले ओके के प्रभाव पार्छ भनेको स्टडी गरियो भने द्याट इज थियरी अफ भ्याल्युज अर एक्जियोलोजी सो वी डिस्कस दिस थिङ्स लास्ट टाइम प्लस वी अल्सो टक्ड अबाउट पोजिटिभिजम ओके पोजिटिभिजम आज चाहिँ मैले सर्टमा चाहिँ यो चारवटा ओके यो टर्म्सहरू मैले क्लियरिफाई गर्छु सर्टमा मात्रै त मलाई डिटेलमा डेप्थमा चाहिँदैन अलिकति कन्सेप्ट मात्रै बुझ्नु होला ओके त्यसपछि हामी चाहिँ रिसर्चमै प्रवेश गर्छौँ ओके सो एज आई टोल्ड यु लास्ट टाइम पोजिटिभिजम इज a philosophical paradigm okay which assumes that reality is objective reality is singular reality is in the scene I mean reality is out there the job of the researcher is just to uncover it by following the scientific steps of research by following deductive process by following the process of hypothesis testing by let's say studying the relationship between the variables different types of variables various components you can uncover the truth a researcher should be able and is able to uncover the truth that truth is universal that truth is singular okay that truth is objective okay so if you are guided by this type of philosophical assumption then okay your assumption I mean your paradigm will be positivist paradigm okay you believe in positivism भनेर भन्न सक्छु यो पोजिटिभिजम चाहिँ बढी चाहिँ साइन्टिफिक रिसर्चहरुमा युज हुन्छ क्वान्टिटेटिभ रिसर्चरहरु चाहिँ पोजिटिभिजममा चाहिँ आधारित भएर काम गर्छ okay I told you this thing last time yes okay I'm not going to repeat this now पोजिटिभिजमको मैले लास्ट टाइम अलिकति कसरी बुझाउने कङ्क्रिट रूपमा कसरी बुझ्ने त पोजिटिभिजमले के भन्छ त भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ भनेको थिएँ ओके one image I presented like positivism assumes this thing I see a city I can measure the size of it its location its climate population I can describe the history of London by digging through the archaeological record I can chart its economic power its demographics its physicality with enough measurement I can provide a complete picture of what London is I just need better tools it means what if the researcher is efficient if the researcher is able to develop better tools okay if his or her research process is scientific if his or her research process is rigorous then definitely okay he or she will be able to uncover okay the truth so this is what positivism is it is more scientific more objective okay and this is the base for quantitative research post positivism is slightly different from positivism it is the modified form of positivism positivism को अलिकति modified form अलिकति परिष्कृत रूप हो अलि सुधारिएको पक्ष हो okay someone is am I audible there Surya ji will you mute your microphone
yes sir
hello students is my voice clear there
yes sir
Yes.
okay so I heard the echo from Surya ji so I'm reminding so please be muted there okay so what is post positivism let's be clear about it I'll not give long lengthy lecture on this time पनि छैन चाहिँदै पनि चाहिँदै भयो अलिकति कन्सेप्ट मात्रै पोस्ट पोजिटिभिजम भने चाहिँ के हो त भने म 2-4 लाइन मात्रै भन्छु अहिले बुझ्न अलिकति कन्सेप्टको लागि मात्रै okay so I have already told you that post positivism is slightly improvised form okay of positivism even post positivism assumes that reality is in the scene reality is in the same. Reality is objective. The researcher can undergo through scientific process of research, but there is a doubt. There is a doubt that, okay, the researcher may not be able to uncover the truth 100%. He or she will be able to uncover the truth partially only. Why? Because the researcher has certain limitation. The researcher may have certain, okay, biasness. His or her mental filters may work. उसको मेन्टल फिल्टरले काम गर्न सक्छ, उसमा सर्टेन बायसनेसहरु हुन सक्छ, उ आफै सक्षम नहुन सक्छ, उ पनि मान्छे नै हो। अनि उसका विभिन्न खालका चाहिँ अगाडिका ब्याकग्राउन्डहरुले काम गर्न सक्छ, उसको कल्चरल ब्याकग्राउन्ड भ्याल्युजहरुले चाहिँ प्रभाव पार्न सक्छ। That's why, okay, it's very difficult to believe that the researcher will be able to explore the truth 100% objectively. So 100% uncovering of truth is very much doubtful. यसले अलिकति शंका गर्छ, कोशिश गर्नुपर्छ सकेसम्म, तर चाहिँ okay, chances are very less. Okay, so this is what post positivism says. A post positivist paradigm is similar to positivist one in terms of aiming towards knowing a single material reality and searching for causal explanation of pattern phenomena. यसले पनि त्यही हो, cause effect relationship, okay, अनि त्यसै भेरिएबल को रिलेशनशिपहरु हेर्ने काम गर्छ, एक्सपेरिमेन्टल कुराहरु गर्छ यसले, हैन, सर्वेहरु गर्ने भन्छ। But however, in contrast to positivist, post positivist believe that human understanding of reality is inherently partial, आंशिक हुन्छ। okay, मान्छेले चाहिँ रियालिटी चाहिँ 100% बुझ्न ल्याउन एक्सप्लोर गर्ने अथवा अनकभर गर्ने सम्भावना चाहिँ कमै हुन्छ, किनकि एउटा व्यक्ति एकदम 100% एकदम इफिसिएन्ट हुँदैन, उसका लिमिटेसनहरु हुन्छ। त्यो लिमिटेसनलाई ध्यान दिएर हामीले चाहिँ रिसर्चबाट आएको फाइन्डिङलाई चाहिँ एकदम ओके कम्प्लिट ट्रुथ नहुन सक्छ भने चाहिँ हामीले त्यो कुरा हाम्रो दिमागमा राख्नुपर्छ भन्छ। पोस्ट पोजिटिभिस्ट बिलिभ with certainty that reality exists and there is good reason to try to know it. Reality त छ, रियालिटी सिनमै छ, बाहिरै छ, तर चाहिँ रिसर्चरले चाहिँ सकेसम्म कोशिश गर्नुपर्छ त्यो अब्जेक्टिभ रियालिटीलाई एक्सप्लोर गर्नको के भन्छ अनकभर गर्नको लागि, तर चान्सेस आर भेरी रेयर भन्ने काम गर्छ, अलिकति डाउट गर्छ यसलाई रियलिजमलाई क्रिटिकल्ली हेर्ने गर्छ। अगाडिको पोजिटिभिजमले चाहिँ त्यो रियलिजममा आधारित छ, पोजिटिभिजम इज बेस्ड अन रियलिजम, okay, realist ideology. Post positivism is based on okay critical realist ideology. Okay, so absolute truth is unreachable. अब मैले सबै कुराहरु भनिन यहाँ, चाहिँदै तपाईहरुलाई absolute truth is unreachable भन्छ। absolute truth चाहिँ रिच हाम्रो पहुँचमा छैन। okay, रिसर्चरले 100% ट्रुथ चाहिँ ग्रास्प गर्न नसक्ने अवस्था हुन सक्छ। absolute truth, okay, is unreachable. all theories are revisable. Okay, so it assumes that, okay, there is the role of researchers' bias, flaws, limitations in research process. Okay, this is post positivism. ल मैले यति मात्रै बोले। one example is given here. Okay, how a positivist post positivist researcher, okay, thinks about the exploration of, okay, the process of uncovering the truth. See, similar example, I see a city, उसले के भन्छ भने म शहर देख्न सक्छु, I see a city, I can measure its size, but I am aware that it is only the approximation, approximate, लगभग मात्रै हुन्छ, मेरो मेजरिङ भनेको लगभग मात्रै हुन्छ, 100% हुँदैन, it is only an approximation. Greater London is growing all the time, so how we define and measure things is imperfect. हिजोको लन्डनको हिजोको रियालिटी र आजको रियालिटी उही छैन, सो रियालिटी चेन्जेस एभ्री टाइम। अनि रिसर्चरले पनि एउटा सर्टेन टाइममा मात्रै काम गर्ने हो, सो द रिसर्चर इज अनलाइकली टु अनकभर the let's say exact reality, exact truth about, okay, someone or something. How we define and measure things is imperfect. The way we define and measure things may not be perfect. It may have different limitations, weaknesses. limitation, weakness. Okay, and so the picture is never quite complete. Even if I acknowledge that London is something objective and real, मलाई थाहा छ London भनेको objective हो, त्यो reality हो, but sometimes it is easier to say what London is not. Okay, so rather than saying what London is, it is easier to say what London is not. It means, okay, in the research process, the researcher, okay, may fail to uncover the 100% truth. This is what post-positivism assumes, or post-positivist okay, believe. This is second paradigm. Next one is interpretivism. Interpretivism, कतै constructivism पनि लेखेको हुन्छ. So what is interpretivism? अहिले मैले एउटा example दिएको थिएँ तपाईलाई बुझ्नको लागि, simple example. Okay, so तीनवटा belief हुन सक्छ भनेको थिएँ मैले. Okay, जस्तो beauty को बारेमा हेर्ने तीनवटा belief हुन सक्छ. One belief is beauty is in the scene. Second belief is beauty, okay, in the mind. The beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. Beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. सुन्दरता हेर्ने मान्छेको दृष्टिकोणमा चाहिँ भर पर्छ. कसैले यो पनि भन्न सक्छ यो दुईटैमा भर पर्छ. Beauty is in the scene as well as in the eyes of the beholder. So if you believe that beauty is in the scene, means reality is out there and the researcher will be able to uncover that reality, then you are positivist. If you believe that beauty is not in the scene, beauty is not out there, I mean reality is not out there, reality is in the mind. Reality is mental construction. Reality is constructed by the individuals, and there are multiple construction of reality. To understand same phenomenon, same event, same issue also, different people, different individuals may have different understanding, different perception. They may have different truths. That's why finding absolute truth, uncovering absolute truth is not possible. Why it is not possible? One thing is truth is not out there. Truth is not out there. Qualitative, the quantitative researcher positivistly भनेको जस्तो truth is out there, the job of the researcher is just to uncover it भन्ने कुरा यसले भन्दैन. Truth is in the mind. Mind of the individuals, mind of the human beings. And the job of the researcher is to uncover the meaning of multiple understanding, multiple meanings of individual's perception, individual understanding of certain phenomena. कुनै फेनोमेननलाई मान्छेहरूले कसरी पर्सिभ गर्छन् त, कसरी बुझ्छन् त, एउटै कुरालाई मल्टिपली कसरी चाहिँ मान्छेले सोध्दा रहेछन् त, किन त्यसरी सोध्दा रहेछन्. Okay, so what is the meaning of, okay, people's understanding about someone, about something? So what is the meaning of people's experiences with certain phenomena? What is the meaning of lived experiences of the individuals, okay, about something? We have to explore it. So it means researcher should approach the truth subjectively, not objectively. Subjective approach should be used. Qualitative approach should be used. Because reality is multiple. There is multiple construction of reality. And to understand the meaning, understand multiple construction of reality, to understand the meaning of, okay, let's say, meaning of the lived experiences of the individuals, we have to be involved. We have to be involved in the field. We cannot be detached from the field. We have to be attached with the field. The knower and the known, okay, should work together. अब तपाईलाई अहिले मैले ontology epistemology को कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा epistemology चाहिँ के हो भने चाहिँ the knower should be independent of the known भन्ने हो त्यो भनेको चाहिँ पोजिटिभिस्ट हो दैट इज पोजिटिभिस्ट टाइप अफ प्याराडाइम तर इन्टरप्रेटिभिजमले के भन्छ भने knower and known depend on each other, they are not independent, they are dependent. Okay, यस्तो भन्छ जस्तो हामीले कुनै क्वालिटेटिभ रिसर्च गर्दैछौँ भने फिल्डमा जानुपर्छ पार्टिसिपेन्टसँग घुलमिल गर्नुपर्छ कतिपय अवस्थामा उनीहरूसँग बस्ने उनीहरूसँग खाना खाने उनीहरूसँग खेल्ने नाच्ने गाउने खेतमा काम गर्ने एथ्नोग्राफिक रिसर्च भन्ने हुन्छ 1 महिना 2 महिना 5 महिना 10 महिना उनीहरूकै घरमा बस्ने पनि हुन सक्छ ओके so it means the researcher should be immersed in the life of the should be submerged in the life of the research, then only you can find out the meaning of the lived experiences of the individuals. So if you are guided by this kind of belief, it is called interpretivism. किन इन्टरप्रेटिभिजम भनेको भन्दा लिभ एक्सपिरियन्स को यसले चाहिँ इन्टरप्रिटेसन गर्छ यसको चाहिँ मिनिङ निकाल्ने काम गर्छ ओके यो क्वालिटेटिभ रिसर्च को लागि फाउन्डेसन हो ओके इन्टरप्रेटिभिजम इज द फाउन्डेसन philosophical foundation for qualitative research and what it assumes that okay knowledge is context specific okay knowledge is not universal positivist ले के भन्छ भने knowledge is universal okay knowledge is measurable knowledge can be measured भन्ने कुरा गर्छ नि यसले चाहिँ हुँदैन भन्छ ओके यो चाहिँ कन्टेक्स्ट अनुसार फरक हुन्छ different individuals have different knowledge okay different understanding okay so there is no singular reality there are plural realities so interpretive research which is the most common type of qualitative research assumes that reality is socially constructed ai मैले भने नि reality is socially constructed and it is not single so there is no single observable reality rather there are multiple realities multiple constructions of reality multiple interpretations of a single event okay the job of the researcher is to find out to explore the multiple interpretations of the single phenomenon multiple understanding of the single phenomenon like case study type of research phenomenological research grounded theory अनेक कुराहरु छन् तपाईले यो बुझ्नु सबै के पछि आउँछ त्यो कुराहरु यसलाई सबै हामी चाहिँ यो इन्टरप्रेटिभिजममा आधारित भनेर भन्छौं okay researchers do not find knowledge okay rather they construct knowledge so okay so it assumes that there is multiple interpretation of the single event I have told you already multiple construction of reality exists and this construction can change over time as people engage socially in their world and become better informed okay so this constructivism or let's say interpretivist paradigm is the foundation philosophy or philosophical foundation for okay qualitative research अब pragmatism भन्ने आयो भने चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ mixed research को foundation pragmatism ले के भन्छ भने okay reality is both in the mind as well as in the field भन्छ त्यही भएर रिसर्चरले कुनै फिक्स टुल युज गर्नु भन्दा पनि the researcher has to use the better tools of both qualitative research as well as quantitative research okay to find out the okay meaning I mean to explore the truth यो भन्यो भने त्यसलाई pragmatism भन्छ pragmativist okay yes त्यो pragmatism चाहिँ के को philosophical foundation हो भने चाहिँ यो चाहिँ mixed research को okay pragmatism or pragmatist type of let's say philosophical assumption or paradigm is the foundation for okay mixed type of research so mainly हामी तीन खालको कुरा हुन्छ के एउटा चाहिँ पोजिटिभिस्ट or पोस्ट पोजिटिभिस्ट अर्को इन्टरप्रेटिभिस्ट अर्को चाहिँ pragmatist okay or pragmatism रियालिटी चाहिँ पर्सपेक्टिभल हुन्छ इन्डिभिजुअल हुन्छ भन्ने कुराहरु यसमा आउँछ यो सबै क्वालिटेटिभ रिसर्चमा लागू हुन्छ and one more paradigm I want to talk about here before starting this topic of research types qualitative quantitative and other so this is the fourth paradigm I want to make you clear here so this is critical paradigm or critical theory so critical paradigm has a kind of political association I mean it associates the research process with politics and power actually यो क्रिटिकल थियरी भनेपछि हामीले उता क्रिटिकल डिस्कोर्स एनालिसिसमा सेकेन्ड सेमेस्टरमा मजाले पढिसकेका छौं सेकेन्ड सेमेस्टरमा क्रिटिकल प्याराडाइम भनेर critical theory भनेर. So when you talk about critical theory, we have to bring the issue of power, politics, suppression, oppression, domination, etc. यसमा यो लागू हुन्छ. तपाईलाई यो चाहिँ बुझ्न त्यति गाह्रो हुँदैन. ओके, यदि चाहिँ CDA बिर्सनु भएको छैन भने. So critical theory assumes that knowledge can never be neutral, knowledge can never be objective. Okay, knowledge we explore is always political in nature. Our research process is also guided by certain political ideology and other. So since knowledge is strictly embedded in serving human interests, it cannot be considered value neutral. Value neutral. Okay, दुईटा ideology छ के. हाम्रो research चाहिँ value laden हुने कि value neutral हुने, value free हुने भन्छ. Okay, पोजिटिभिस्टहरुले के भन्छ भने research should be value free भन्छ. Values को कुनै रोल हुनु हुँदैन भन्छ. Value लाई चाहिँ neutral राख्नु पर्छ भन्छ. Okay, yes, but constructivist or let's say qualitative researchers assume that research is value laden. Researchers' values, researched values, okay, may influence the exploration of truth. This one. So critical theory is also a type of qualitative or constructivist theory. Constructivism kai वरिपरि आको हो यो चाहिँ क्वान्टिटेटिभ हैन क्वालिटेटिभ मै हो यो. Okay, so it assumes that knowledge is never value neutral. Knowledge can never be objective. Knowledge or truth cannot be objectively independent. Okay, so knowledge is the product of power struggle. Okay, knowledge is the product of power struggle. It considers knowledge as function to ideology critique and social emancipation. अब यहाँ म धेरै डिटेलमा भन्न चाहन्न. Critical researchersहरुले के भन्छन् भने चाहिँ the job of the researcher is not only uncovering the truth, uncovering subjective truth or objective truth. Research is a responsible job, and the researcher should play the role of emancipator. Okay, so you have to explore how the dominant groups constructs knowledge and how that knowledge is imposed upon others. So you have to carry out such type of research which can aware the people of injustice, suppression, oppression, domination. हामीले CDA मा critical discourse analysis एक खालको चाहिँ critical research हो यो. Critical discourse analysis is based on critical paradigm. Okay, I told you about this while teaching that topic. त्यो टपिक पढाउँदा मैले त्यो कोर्समा भनेको थिएँ. ठ्याक्कै मिल्छ यो. क्रिटिकल थियरीमा आधारित हो CDA भने. ओके, रिसर्चरको जब भनेको खाली नलेज यो रहेछ उ रहेछ डिस्क्राइब गर्ने मात्रै काम होइन, इन्टरप्रेट गर्ने काम होइन. The job of the researcher is not only describe or interpret certain knowledge, certain truth, but also emancipate the people. Emancipate the people. So researcher should be research process should be emancipatory. Emancipatory हुनुपर्छ research process. Okay, यो अलि interventionist type को पनि हुनुपर्छ. Interventionist. Okay, researcher भनेको awareness raise गर्ने मान्छे हो, emancipate गर्ने मान्छे हो, conscious बनाउने मान्छे हो. खाली चाहिँ thesis सक्ने partial fulfillment को लागि एउटा thesis तयार गर्ने मात्रै मान्छे होइन भन्ने कुरा गर्छ. त्यो भएर कसैले चाहिँ advocacy paradigm पनि भन्छ. Advocacy यसले चाहिँ कसको एडभोकेट गर्छ भने it advocates for the suppressed people, oppressed people, dominated people को लागि चाहिँ यसले चाहिँ advocacy गर्ने काम गर्छ. Okay, yes, so data cannot be separated from ideology. यो मार्क्सिजममा पनि आधारित छ. Marxist ideology. Okay, if you carry out research on the basis of Marxism, feminism and so on, your research becomes a critical type of research. So your researcher is a participant, not only the information seeker. The researcher is not only the information seeker, he or she is an emancipator. He or she has to focus on the problems of issues of, let's say, marginalized people, oppressed people, suppressed people, and he or she has to advocate for social justice, freedom, liberation. Okay, यस्ता कुराहरू यस्ता इस्युहरुमा रिसर्च गर्नुपर्छ र रिसर्चले चाहिँ टेक अवे मेसेज चाहिँ के हुनुपर्छ. सो व्हाट शुड बी द टेक अवे मेसेज फ्रम द रिसर्च. रिसर्चबाट आउने टेक अवे मेसेज भनेको चाहिँ इमान्सिपेसन, कन्सियसनेस रेजिङ, अवेरनेस रेजिङ. ओके, त्यस्तो खालको हुनुपर्छ भन्ने खालको प्याराडाइम. इट इज कल्ड क्रिटिकल प्याराडाइम. यसले पनि भन्छ रियालिटी इज सब्जेक्टिभ. ओके, reality is influenced by oppressive experiences. Knowledge is in evolving process. Okay, yes, normally knowledge discourse हरुले के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले CDA मा पढेको छौं नि, discourse is produced, manufactured, okay, supplied, produced by the oppressors, suppressors, those who dominate the minority people, rulers. They produce the discourses of different kinds and they supply those discourses to the people, to the students, okay, to the ordinary people, and they make those readers, okay, yes, consume that and take those things for granted. And okay, later on, even those suppressed people, okay, they take it for granted. त्यसलाई knowledge को रूपमा लिन्छ. Okay, आफूलाई सप्रेसन गरेको, आफू कमजोर रहेछ भनेर लेखेको कुराहरू, आफू चाहिँ कमजोरै हो, पछाडी परेको हो, तिम्रो कामै नलाग्ने हो, हैन, तिम्रो अनसिभिलाइज हो, तिम्रो बारबारिक हो, लेजी हो भनेर लेखिएका कुराहरू चाहिँ सत्य नै रहेछन् भनेर चाहिँ उनीहरूले चाहिँ पत्याउँछ. हो, त्यस्तो अवस्था हुन्छ. तर क्रिटिकल रिसर्चरले त्यसको विरुद्ध लेख्ने काम गर्छ. ओके, क्रिटिकल रिसर्चर advocates, I mean, writes or conducts, carries out research. Okay, yes, research against such kind of imposition. He or she tries to reveal or expose, okay, how knowledge is used and abused, how language is used and abused. मलाई मैले पढाएको क्लासको झलझलको आयो त तपाईले त बिर्सक्नु होला. मैले तपाईहरुकोलाई चाहिँ रिभाइज गर्ने भने सबै कोर्स चाहिँ मैले टोटलै अलमोस्ट 80% कन्टेन्ट कभर गर्ने गरेर 2-3 घण्टाको भिडियो चाहिँ दुईटा भिडियो चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ अपलोड गर्दैको थिएँ. 1000 जनाले हेरिसके तर हाम्रो साथीले हेरे कि हेरेन भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ अझै शंकास्पद छ. म अलि क्रिटिकलै भएँ यसमा पनि. म पोस्ट पोजिटिभिस्टै भए क्या. ओके, yes, this one. So knowledge is an evolving process. Okay, so this theory is close to social constructivism. Okay, so यसले के गर्छ अरे भने चाहिँ, so critical paradigm brings action agenda for change. Okay, political debate and discussion for change, concern with the issue of power relation. It brings voice of the voiceless people. Okay, it advocates for social equity. Equality को मात्रै कुरा गर्दैन यसले, equity को पनि कुरा गर्छ. Okay, so here participants as fellow researchers. It is emancipatory type of research. It is it is liberatory type of research. So research, okay, that duly acknowledges the genuine problems of the voiceless people, suppressed people, marginalized people, disadvantaged people, can be called critical research. So I think I made you clear about these. Okay, these research paradigms. यो लेभलमा यति जान्दा मोर देन एनफ हुन्छ तपाईहरुलाई. मैले पोजिटिभिजम भने अब्जेक्टिभ टाइप अफ रिसर्च, साइन्टिफिक टाइप अफ रिसर्च को लागि फाउन्डेसन हो यो भनेको. यस, सिंगल रियालिटीमा विश्वास गर्छ. रिसर्चर रिसर्च चाहिँ इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरामा विश्वास गर्छ. अर्को चाहिँ पोस्ट पोजिटिभिजम अलिकति क्रिटिकल हो यो भनेको. यसले चाहिँ रियालिटी एक्सप्लोर चाहिँ अलि एप्रोक्सिमेटिभ मात्रै हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा गर्छ. कन्स्ट्रक्टिभिजमले चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै अपोजिट हो. constructivist paradigm is just opposite to positivist and post positivist paradigm. यसले चाहिँ के भन्छ भने reality is multiple, it is subjective, there are multiple constructions of truth. The reality is not out there, reality is in the mind of the individuals. Beauty is not in the scene, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder भन्ने खालका कुराहरू गर्छ. ओके, अनि अर्को चाहिँ मैले critical research को नि कुरा गरे, critical theory को कुरा गरे. Critical theory, as the name implies, okay, it is emancipatory type of research paradigm. Okay, it is advocacy type of research paradigm. This paradigm are a critical researcher, okay, advocates for the emancipation of the voiceless people, suppressed people, or let's say marginalized groups of the society. And you can take the example of CDA. CDA, critical discourse analysis, is a kind of critical research, a research based on critical theory. यसले चाहिँ ल्याङ्ग्वेजलाई ग्यारेन्टीको रूपमा लिनु हुँदैन. ओके, ल्याङ्ग्वेज इज युज टु use and misuse power भन्छ नि हैन. ल्याङ्ग्वेज इज युज and to abuse the power. Discourse is used discourse is produced to use and abuse power भन्ने कुरा गर्छ. Okay, this one. So do you have anything to ask? Hello students, do you have anything to share?
Not, sir.
Is it clear?
Sir,
Or you want to share something? You want to ask something? Yes, please.
when we do research on, for example, this online classes, about research about online classes and the presentation of the students, then how can we know the power there, sir?
Yes, very good question, ma'am.
Yeah.
So while carrying out research about the
Taking all that
Yes.
importance of online classes or like such type of research.
Okay. See, if you talk about the online classes, do you think these distance learning or online classes are accessible for the students of all aspects of life in Nepal?
No,
Do you
sir,
think,
no.
internet
sir.
connectivity, the management of devices, okay, this economic aspect, all these things. I think
No, sir, no.
many children are deprived of more than 60-70% children of Nepal are deprived of the virtual classes in the city centers, city areas, urban areas, and those schools where the children of the people of middle class family or high class family, okay, study. So there, okay, online classes are going very smoothly, and maximum participation is there. Okay, there is maximum participation of the students in those classes. But if you see the children from lower middle class family or poor family, working class family, and the children from the rural areas and other, okay, so they are deprived of these opportunities. So this online class, virtual class, is creating a kind of divide, digital divide between haves and have-nots, between those children, okay, I mean between those parents who can manage these things for their children and those who cannot.
Yeah.
So in the name of running online classes and other, so we are creating a kind of division in the society. So like this we become critical. If you just describe मात्रै गर्ने, कति जनाले लिँदैछन्, कति जनाले गर्दैछन् भन्ने कुराले मात्रै गर्नुभयो भने क्रिटिकल रिसर्च हुँदैन. तर यही कुरालाई यति पर्सेन्टले पाएको, यतिले नपाएको भनेको आधारलाई चाहिँ योले चाहिँ कुन ग्रुप चाहिँ वञ्चित छ, किन वञ्चित भयो भन्ने कुरालाई चाहिँ क्रिटिकली हेर्नुभयो भने यो रिसर्च विल बी क्रिटिकल टाइप अफ रिसर्च.
Yes. Now clear, sir.
Hello.
Shiva sir, what happened?
Might be network problem.
I think so, sir.
सर छुट्नु भयो, नेटवर्क प्रब्लम हो जस्तो छ, जोडिनु होला.
पक्कै होला. अन्त टाइम अब 10 मिनेट मात्र बाँकी छ. राजेन्द्र सरको क्लास के भयो सर? त्यो उ चाहिँ पार्टिसिपेन्ट्सहरु चाहिँ देखाएको थिए, क्वेशनहरु पनि